I'm so glad to be back. I have to keep calm here because we have a new segment, and I always get so excited to launch new segments on this channel. And we like that you like our videos and subscribe and share our channel. I'm the Reverend Rock and Roll and founder, pastor, spiritual advisor of the Church of Elvis and even more Latter-day Saints. And many of you, like myself, might take some of your precious time on the weekend and you're looking for vinyl. Or if you're Darko, you're looking for vinyls, records. And I'm looking for content, baby. Now, you're out there and you're going to like used record stores, thrift shops, Goodwills. You're digging through filthy, dirty bins. Okay? You're risking your exposure on a hygienic level and your precious time for this hobby. And let's just get this out of the way. Like some people even stream themselves out of Goodwill like it's some goddamn reality show. Look, what we're doing is not a reality show. This is serious at the Church of Elvis and even more Latter-day Saints. And we have a mission statement. And eventually we will share that mission statement when we monetize. But people got to do what they got to do to make a buck. There's only one grail. You're not looking for grails, all right? Stop insulting the legacy of Dr. Jones, who was looking for one grail, okay? Stop insulting his legacy. There's one grail. I don't make the rules. Argue with your orthodontist, all right? Now, maybe you have your personal grail or you're still looking for it. I hope you get it, okay? And if you don't, I hope you eventually get it in VG plus condition, at minimum. So, just want to get that out of the way. I don't like grails. So my new segment is called ZK Vinyl, which eventually means ZK music, but we listen to vinyl for music. So ZK Vinyl. And I'm lifting the phrase ZK from cryptography, which is zero knowledge. Maybe you've been at a research institute, maybe the institute down the street, and DARPA shows up and they're like, we want your thoughts on this. And you know immediately any thoughts that come to your brain from what they're saying are classified. And they know that you know your thoughts are now classified. So you got to be careful what you think these days, all right? DARPA, this is a true story. DARPA used to have a poster that said, DARPA, a mission with a cause. So, ZK, zero knowledge vinyl. Now, other people have done this, where they go get records, they never heard of them, bring them back, listen to them, and give your impression. We're doing a little bit of a twist. First of all, my name for it is way cooler. ZK Vinyl is way cooler. And sometimes things just have to be cooler to make them better. I'm going to give you my initial impressions, just looking at them, and see if I come close when we stop the camera and listen to the records. First one. Now, many of you might have heard of these bands. I haven't. They have to be in decent shape. I'm not putting garbage on my deck. Okay? I respect it too much. Focus. 3. Now, obviously Focus was good enough to produce a third record. They either had a really good agent or were under a really lousy contract. I don't know, because this band, early 70s, double album means prog. Just, there's no debate. This is prog. They're not American looking. When I look at them, they just look like guys that in the beginning had really supportive girlfriends. Just really supportive girlfriends. Because when I look at it, the songs are pretty long. Some of them are, yeah, one of them's 19 minutes. It's not that I don't listen to a lot of prog. And it's not because this could be the greatest prog band of all time and I could be holding someone's grail. I have no idea who Focus is. I know it's prog. I'm almost guaranteed they're European. And I feel like my only thing with prog is that I don't, if it's going to be an extended jam, and extended solos, it doesn't feel emotional to me. And things like punk rock and jazz have more emotion than prog, and that's why I like them. It doesn't mean these guys probably aren't brilliant musicians. They are. I mean, they have a third album. This cutout's kind of cool, though. This cutout, that looks like Windows. Windows ripped that off. Bill Gates ripped off Focus before Microsoft existed. Wouldn't be the first time that old man ripped someone off. America's dad. Epstein. Anyway. They look like they have supportive girlfriends. They don't look like they're American. It's definitely European. That's European. Okay? This is an American pressing. They look like they're on some sort of filter here that looks like code. Talked about code earlier. Perfect. And it has some Italian poetry on the back. I don't know. So we're going to listen to Focus 3. I think I'm going to nail this one. Next one. Echoes by, I hope I don't butcher the name here, Wally Badarou. Okay? Cool cover. I like this. It's on Island Visual Arts label, a subsidiary of Island Records. It's 80s, early 80s. So early 80s, see, this is kind of tricky. It looks kind of 80s psychedelic, but new age at the same time. But the colors tell me it's tropical. I don't know who this man is. His last name's French. So I feel like this is going to be new age tropical music. And I have no idea. It's cool. I love this cover. It's one of the reasons why I was drawn to it. Again, you might know who this cat is. I have no idea who he is. We're going to listen to Echoes by Wally Badarou. God, I really want to know how to say his name. And we'll be right back. Focus. Focusing. Okay, this one was probably a little easy. Maybe subconsciously I was picking easy ones. Well, the other one wasn't easy. But I was picking easy ones because it's a new segment and I was nervous about launching a new segment. But yes, it's prog. Yes, they're from Europe, the Netherlands. I did look up a little after the fact, or during the music, I read about them. One band member married the ex-wife of another band member, but then eventually divorced her too. So 2 band members are divorced from the same woman. That's kind of wild. I like that. It has flute, okay? It's not my cup of tea, and I won't ever listen to it again. But it surprised me. The first record of the double LP, which, look, most prog records are double LPs, so that was a clue in the 70s. It's more poignant and lovey-dovey on the first record than I expected. You know that Santo and Johnny Sleepwalker? Sleepwalk? Is it Sleepwalker? Sleepwalk? Texas Walker Ranger? It has the song Love Remembered. It has that Pacific, lazy trade wind breeze to it for a prog. And it's poignant. It's really, really kind of lovely. And some of the other songs feel that way too on side 2, where they're a little more like kind of romantic prog. I was a little surprised. That was cool. Side 3 and 4, oh God, it was like going to a Renaissance fair on acid. Like, it was just not for me. And going to a Renaissance fair on acid is not for me either, just to make that clear. So, yes, it's prog. It's a bit much, but the first disc really surprised me. And when I got to the second album, I wanted to listen to the first one again instead of the second one. So this would have been a great single album in my mind. But the band's still together. They have a following, and people like them. And that's all that matters, man. So focus. Let's get on to the next one. I have a feeling a lot of you knew about this guy. I was completely ignorant on this gentleman. Not so much the music. and just looking at the record and trying to guess. But Wally Bedreau, French-born musician, West African ancestry. Let's just start with the music. I was right. It's kind of new agey, I wouldn't call it ambient necessarily, island music. Some of it's painfully dated. But Mambo and Endless Race are exceptional. Really, really good. Mambo's track 3, side 1, and Endless Race is track 1, side 2. And I'm telling you that because you should check them out. It's good. But in Mambo, he interjects these like synthesized organ chords real briefly and loud when it's just this like trance, and it just briefly interrupts the vibe. I don't like that, but the rest of the song before and after is really, really cool. And man, this guy is amazing. He's played on tons of records, produced incredible artists, played on Talking Heads. He's associated with Level 42. He was part of that Hot Shot session group at Compass Studios. You know them in the Bahamas, Chris Blackwell's studio of Island Record fame. And he just played on remarkable records there as a session musician. Obviously, hyper talented musician. Again, I think when this came out, it was probably like super vibe, like super cool. But I feel like a lot of it doesn't have enough space and ambience, I think, for it to have aged well. But I really like Endless Race and Mambo. And this guy's been sampled a ton by various artists. And he's just generally well regarded. If you look at his history, he's incredible. I'm so glad I picked this up and I got to learn a lot of new things. Now, while I think you'll like Echoes by him, I don't know. You have to stream it. But I'm going to keep this. I'm totally going to keep this because those 2 tracks were so strong to me. And I learned a lot about this gentleman, which is, man, made this segment a lot of fun. So, hope you have a good week. Talk to you soon.